years I was going to try and get all the family together, but just circumstances just didn't work out. But I'm telling you, I love this family that I'm associated with. I know that when Robert was real sick, I was out at his house one day while Brenda was gone doing something else, a doctor appointment, buying groceries, getting his medicine. I don't know. I always wondered what Robert was thinking, because sometimes I would see him kind of staring off in space. But I could tell by that look on his face he was thinking. He looked at me one time and he said, "Gary, I don't know where we would be without Mama and without Mother. Prayer warriors, intercessors. That's why you see this up here. Because of those kind of prayers." And I'm going to tell you, when I was thinking of this, with these little kids singing, you're teaching them the right thing. You're teaching them to love God. My mother always said, "Son, if God gave you a talent, you better use it." And I'm going to tell you, these kids, I'm so proud of that little one over there writing her own song. I'm going to tell you, I told Phyllis, I said, Charles would be sitting there with tears just streaming down his face. I know he would. So we got a songwriter in the family. She might write some songs for us. But I'm going to tell you, I've seen a lot of miracles in this family. I've seen how God has moved in this family. I've seen Him do marvelous things. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you don't think that this Pentecostal faith and this loving in Christ don't work, something's wrong with you. My grandmother in 1968, they amputated her toes because of sugar diabetes. Then they went up and they had to amputate her leg way up because of gangrene. They couldn't stop it. When my grandmother died, did this boy at 17 years old think that my mother wasn't going to be able to come home with me and Daddy? She didn't. She had a cerebral hemorrhage and died at Kellie Hickson Funeral Home. But when they took her back over to where the family sat, she spoke in tongues with a cerebral hemorrhage. Brother Clinton said, "I wish to God that God would have given me that interpretation." But my grandmother, before she died on Monday, we had her funeral on Wednesday. We had my mother on a Friday. But my grandmother, when they amputated her legs, Dr. B.B. Westbrook come out and he told the family, he said, "I don't know if I got it all." He said, "But she is speaking in a language." He said, "I don't know." But Heath, my cousin and my brother back here, his daddy said, "We do. We know what language she was speaking. We know what my mother's language she was speaking in that funeral home." We got so much more on the other side, this family does. But He's been so good to us. And when I asked Dena to get a song together for us, she picked a good one. Because I'm going to tell you, this family wants to give God all the praise, all the glory for what He's did in our family. He's worthy. He's worthy. Listen to the song and I hope you enjoy it.